Hello and welcome on today's Prosperity IQ videocast. Another inspiring and uplifting conversation with myself, Chrisoula, the Golden Muse. And on today's episode, I got a lovely, absolutely gorgeous Marina Nani. Hello, Marina. Welcome.
Thank you so much, my Golden Muse. Thank you for having me. And I am myself the Stardust Queen.
Yes, you are. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. You're welcome. And on today's...
when people are asking you, where are you coming from? You should not say from Greece. And nobody should say from South Africa or Miami or London or, Poland. They should say from Stardust, because this is where we are coming from. And it's very simple. And we all are coming from the very same place.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Thank you. Thank you, Marina. Well, prosperity in many people's eyes is actually different things. I'd like to ask you, what does prosperity mean to you?
For me, is the feeling of being abundant, the feeling of I can give and give and give and I'll never run out. This is what prosperity means to me personally. And of course, for different things, different people, different circumstances could have different meanings. But I think you could only be who you are, and you could only be abundant.
Yes, yes. So from what you just said, let's just explore the bit where you said, be who you are, because that's a big thing about how you can attract prosperity in your life when you don't even know who you are, you don't even embrace who you are. It's not an easy task to do. Or maybe you are prosperous, but you're not consciously prosperous. So let's explore that bit a little bit, Marina. What do you mean who you are? How do you define that?
You see, for decades, I had to work really hard for prosperity, and I become successful. I've been working really hard, but I never had a holiday, and I never had a weekend away for decades. And when I retired, I was 51 years old, and I achieved everything that I planned, everything that I ever wished for, and more. So why I felt empty? I felt like despite everything, I'd done everything what was expected of me, even more. I worked really, really hard, and I have nothing. I had, of course, a beautiful place by the River Thames. I still have all these things, and beautiful children, and I love them dearly. And with them, I feel the whole world is mine. And yet I felt that it's my time to go. I'm done. So I learned when I retired that there is something against all my degrees and certifications and that list of achievements everybody is going for. If I put that aside, I learned that actually I do not have any knowledge. I'm a total ignorant when it comes to myself. And knowing yourself gives you power. Knowing yourself gives you strength. Knowing yourself makes you kind. Knowing yourself makes you rich. Knowing your worth makes you somebody you never met before. Somebody who is so happy to give. Somebody who could actually never stop giving. And feeling you are that person, feeling that you, like absolutely everyone else, you have the gift of giving. Apart from everything else, you have the gift of giving because you are abundant. And this is what I call prosperity. So it took me a couple of good years since I was 51 years old. Now I'm 55 years young. To realize that it is a world out there that I work for it.
Mm-hmm.
I work really hard to be accepted. I work really hard to deliver all these expectations expected of me. But then it was the world of me. And I knew nothing about it. And this is what really prosperity means to me. And I'm still at the beginning of my journey. So I don't know what's next, but all the time something is happening. I'm waking up in the morning, it is a blank canvas, and I'm thinking, I'm so grateful, I'm alive.
Beautiful, beautiful, Marina. Well, so far you have actually summarized the key, the golden keys to prosperity already shared on this program, on this course. And you already mentioned about the art of giving and abundance. And this is encapsulated in this beautiful bottle, which has got coral on the top and pale gold at the bottom. And
Wow.
also in this bottle, which is called the I Am bottle, which is all about really getting to know yourself, exactly who you are. No masks, no sort of hidden behind titles and as you said, qualifications and certificates and all of that. Really knowing who you are and knowing your worth, connecting with your worth, your authentic self. So that's all about gold. So these are already mentioned, already shared, and you're here, lovely. You're actually giving us a beautiful summary, if you like, without even knowing what's already happened, which is perfect, absolutely perfect.
I still believe that each one of us is just a drop coming from the ocean of love, a drop of love, and that's the essence of life. That's the essence. And many times when I meet people and I'm thinking, oh my God, how amazing is this woman or this man, how amazing is she or he? And I'm thinking, if I could only put them in a bottle, take the essence and send it to every single household. So that's it, is the essence. Mm-hmm. Your own essence is when you embrace your truth, when you discover your purpose. Mm-hmm. And you stop caring what other people think of you, and you realize that it's none of your business what other people think of you. Your only business is what you think of yourself.
Yes.
Then something magic happens. You realize that the miracle you've been waiting for, praying for it, thinking, oh, when are going to come and knock on my door? The miracle you've been praying for, it's you. It's mm-hmm. nobody else, and it's nothing to do with anything else. The outside world actually is ready for you. It's just waiting for you to decide to come out, to bring your own essence out, because once you are in the air, love is in the air.
Lovely song as well, isn't it? Marina, dear, you're actually moving us up to the next beautiful bottle. Are you sure you haven't done this course before?
No, I'm absolutely certain.
Oh, Marina, this is the bottle that is actually called Grace, and here you got on the top pale gold, and then at the bottom you've got pink. Can you see it? Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful. Yeah.
So pink in the psychology of color is all about nurturing self-love, accepting yourself as you are, and nurturing, loving yourself as you are. And then when somebody gives you a compliment, accept it with grace. When somebody gives you a gift, accept it with grace. When somebody offers to pay your meal, accept it with grace. And this is not only, now we're moving to another key, another step, if you like, opening another portal. This is when you're not saying, I'm always on the giving, which is, we are abundant, and we are on the giving. But here it says, also how you can receive generously, how you can allow love coming into your life. And when you do that, you open the channel so you can communicate more and you can express everything with love and grace. So that's the next opening another gateway, if you like, to prosperity.
if I'm accurate, and I think my memory serves me well, I was 1 year in my journey into serendipity. 1 year after I retired, it was at the beginning of my book tour around the world when I wore pink for the very first time. I never wore pink before.
Mm-hmm.
People were coming to me telling me how grateful they are, how much I inspired them, all the things people tell you when you are on stage. So somebody said something very, very nice to me, and I wasn't sure how to react. And somebody else said, just accept it, just say yes, thank you.
Yeah.
And I realized that I could never receive before. So perhaps I was blocking the energy, because everything is about energy in my own experience. So it's not necessarily about things, it's not even about people. It's about allowing energy to flow, the good energy. And when you give, you feel good, but then you feel emptied. That's why I felt that way when I retired, and I was 51 years old. Instead of feeling that now is my time to receive and be grateful and enjoy life, I felt that my life was ending simply because I could never feel good enough to receive. I thought I have to give, and I have to give more till it hurts to be able to reach out. But when you receive, you start reaching in. So all the goals you are chasing to please others, to deliver certain achievements, and why not assets,
Yes, yes,
and
yes.
put your name on it, is not relevant, because in fact you have to start chasing yourself. You have to look inside and see what is that you have, and you could give endlessly, limitless. What makes you limitless? What is that no matter what you will remember? What is your truth? What is your vision? Because unless you embrace that, there's nothing. When people stop needing you, like happened in my case, so nobody needed me anymore, from taking 150 calls a day, suddenly nobody called me.
Big
And
transition.
so then I realized that I will not take calls anymore. I decided that it is my time to discover who I am. So now I'm meeting with my guests on my show, on stage, on the red carpet, and I still don't take calls. So I changed the way I look at myself. So instead of chasing opportunities, I become the opportunity I seek. So I think this applies to everyone, because if you ask people, what is that you want? They will tell you, I want money, but actually they don't really mean that. What they mean, they want to take care of the people they love. They want to be able to give. They want to be able to treat themselves. So it's nothing to do with money, but they think it's money. And that stabs them, because it's almost like trying to have something that doesn't exist, because money, they don't really exist. It's the relationship with money that exists. And if you have a good relationship, same way you'll have a good relationship with a person, with your husband, with your wife, with your children, with your friends. Same way money will come to you. To make this more simple, I know that if you want true friends, you have to be one. And that applies to everything. If you want an opportunity, you have to become one.
Mm.
Because other people could benefit from what you have abundantly, ready, available. You don't need to learn new skills. You just need to master your unique talent. Wrap it up, put your name on it, and offer it to humanity. That's all you have to do. Or be. It's not about doing, really. It's about being.
Not, yes, exactly. Yes, yes. Yes. So you're actually here now, moving to another big area that I personally didn't know that I was so happy to communicate via the radio. It only turned up once I decided to say goodbye to one thing, and then the opportunity turned up straight after. So basically, for me, also prosperity is saying yes to opportunities and say yes to sort of follow the breadcrumbs. Like what possibly happen, and believe that things will evolve, things will turn up, and then things will be for the best of you and the person of people you serve. So the radio opportunity, because Marina is very much involved with radio and so lots of other areas where it helps you to become more visible. And on these platforms, you can actually become more of embracing everything about yourself. Because when you are there, when you speak, you need to speak from the heart. And then speaking from the heart, this is the when you say, okay, this is full of me, my presence, and I'm opening up to help others or support others or inspire others, whatever that is. So that's another area of prosperity. I like to see prosperity and visibility, prosperity and spreading your stardust or your gold dust, whatever you want to call it. So this is another bit about, again, when you want to say yes to become more visible, say yes to become more, present in your life. What you're doing, you're opening huge portals of prosperity. And Marina, what is it that you would say to everybody who's going to watch this back? One way of becoming more visible, or say yes to share more of their stardust, what would you say would be one step forward for them?
To start with, I would like our listeners to understand what stardust is. Stardust is something nobody can take away from you.
Mm-hmm.
And you are stardust. It's hard to accept, but you are stardust. I am stardust. I just decided that my answer to where are you going is I'm going to deliver my stardust. It is almost a metaphor, but it's the only reality I know, because you got so much brilliancy. You got something that is unique to you, and you are the only one. Unless you share that, unless you stop pretending you are somebody else, unless you say yes to yourself, and unless you learn to say no to others, you are blocking your own energy. You are blocking your own genius. You are almost burying yourself alive for the sake of convenience, because you've been trained to believe that you have to be average, you have to keep your nose down, and you have to look down when you walk. And I'm telling you, you have to look up, and look up to yourself first to be able to look up to others. And it's very simply a choice. You could consider that you have money problems and stay in that place and stop living, start dying, or you could walk tall and remember who you are. You are stardust. You are.
Yeah. Yes, it is. It's recognized. So, if somebody asked me a question now, so I would just I can feel somebody out there saying, so, okay, let's say that I want to embrace my stardust, okay, that I'm ready to embrace my stardust. And I'm not asking any more questions about what it is. I just want to be fully me and just spread my light, get out there. So once we are...
Yes, the first thing you have to decide for yourself, because it's a choice.
Yes.
Is to decide that what others think of you is none of your business.
Okay.
The only thing that matters, your only business, is what you think of yourself. What is that you think of yourself? What is that you think of yourself? I think it's very basic, but very powerful.
Yes, yes. And this is what also we call talking about pink, the color, or one of the colors, prosperity, and pink, the color of love and unconditional love. When somebody says, you know, our mothers love their kids, their children unconditionally. So in another way, you know, you are invited now, if you really want to step up and embrace prosperity, in whatever way you feel prosperity is, okay? It could be anything you really want to see. It's very subjective. You know, I think the one major thing is to release yourself from any conditioning you may have. Because this is what Marina has been sharing with us here, is all the conditions that somebody else said to you, you are good enough and you can do that one bit, no more. or somebody else said to you, you're not good at that, so you never touch that area ever, because somebody said to you when you are at school, for example, you're not good at a subject. I'm just giving an example. So here you're actually saying, okay, I'm going to love myself unconditionally. Basically, I'm going to set my own standards, whatever the standards are, whatever, and then you're going to just go ahead and spread that and believe in that.
So I think the second, there is no right or wrong anyway. But the second dimension of this is sharing. I truly believe that the sacred secret of living your purpose is sharing. Sharing the good news, which is you. You are the good news. Sharing with no reason. You don't need to think, if I'm sharing this now, how much I'm going to get paid. You just need to share it. You don't know who needs your stardust. You don't know. And there are people out there right now who absolutely need you, absolutely need to be inspired by you, because you see, inspiration is in short supply, very short supply. People become very mean because they are crushed by terrible demands made on them, and they can't see themselves anymore as human beings, or the humankind. They just see themselves as, I'm just human. And that is almost like an excuse when you hear, I'm just human. But actually, you are the humankind. So don't forget that. Be kind to yourself. Doesn't matter what other people think of you, regardless. Be kind to yourself, because unless you are kind to yourself, it's impossible to be kind to others. All this poverty, all the struggles, all the wars, all the crimes, all the amazing, terrible facts we are facing each day. And you are thinking, oh my God, thanks God it's not me. You know, it is affecting you. Because poverty, conflict, anything that is happening in any part of the world does affect you. There is only one word. And the only one word I could put it back into focus is stardust. All these people who are now perhaps making a crime to get bread, or going to war for unknown reasons, they all are made of stardust. What happens? What happens between the moment they are born and everybody is so happy for them and they are a gift from God or a gift of life? What happens? What happens? How is this possible for a human being to kill another human being? I don't understand. So being kind to yourself, it will allow you to be kind to others. And being kind to others is everything. The book I wrote, and I'm going to launch it in October at the Stardust Awards in London, is called Stardust. being kind with no reason.
Mm-hmm.
Just be kind with no reason. Share your stardust. Whatever you have and it's yours, nobody can put their name on it. It's you. Nobody could be Chrisoula, nobody could be Marina. They could steal something from me. I'm happy, you know? When people take certain words from me or sentences or quotes and they forget to mention me, I'm very happy because the stardust is meant, is designed to go around. Doesn't make me poor, it makes me richer.
Mm.
So sharing is the one rule that you should apply in sharing your stardust, in being stardust. And then the third thing is when you have a passion, you know it's a passion because you get up in the morning thinking, oh my God, wow, I'm doing this. You are not asking yourself how I'm going to do it. Doesn't matter how. You become your passion.
Mm-hmm.
And when you become your passion, the air vibrates around you. You know, if you look at two cars and one of them is a Ferrari, for example, when you start the engine, the air vibrates. So this is the passion. Is what never gets you tired. It's what makes you recognize. It's what creates your vibrational field to such a level that cannot be taken away from you. Nobody could say what you say without reminding other people that actually you said it first.
Mm-hmm.
So even so, it's not about not giving or holding on, or it's nothing to do. Sorry, I have a show starting soon. I don't know. Perhaps they want some prep, but we don't do any prep. We just have great conversation. So it's nothing to do with other people. It is your choice to be the opportunity you seek.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes, yes, and to be the opportunity you seek, I guess the underlying the foundation, if you like, is to become clear, to get that clarity.
Yes.
Because sometimes, whatever conditioning, whatever we discussed before, Marina, when there's not enough love for yourself, or when you're expecting to receive some sort of tick in the box and say, yeah, now you're ready to go for it, somebody else's approval to do what you really want to do, and of course, that then you feel yourself holding back, right? So the clarity is really important to really appreciate the true essence of your spirit, the true essence of who you are. And then once you become that clarity, what I call it, you are in alignment, with your truth. You're in alignment with your inner being. You're in alignment with the love of who you are and what you want to go out there and do. Whatever that area is, there's no sort of limitation, no particular sort of, you've got to be that in that area. So this is it. The clarity, I think that's really important, Marina, as well. Don't you think?
Yes, absolutely. And I think that a lot of people live in a past.
Mm.
It's a choice. Nobody forces them. Nobody comes to you with a gun to your head saying, you have to live in a past now. So I met a lot of people who are traveling around the world, and they were telling me that the biggest challenge is that in their environment, doesn't matter if they were living with their family or friends or partners, husbands, everybody lives in the past. And it's very hard, even if you want to focus on the right now, in the present, because it is called the present for a reason, it's a gift of life. It's hard because the others are pulling you down, they are pulling you back into the past. But then I'm thinking, okay, so I understand that. I understand you could divert your focus because of the others and all that kind of excuses. But frankly, life is a coin. On one side it's a karmic coin. On one side you have your past, which happened for you, not to you. Everything that happened to you happened for you. Mm-hmm. Be grateful for it. Mm-hmm. And on the other side is your vision. What you learn from it and how you could transfer that lesson, because it's never about losing. It's always learning or winning. Mm-hmm. And learning is the biggest win. So what you take from your past that you learned, and you turn it into a solution. You turn it into a system. You turn it into a formula that works for you and is transferable. That is your vision on the other side of the coin. And it is your choice and your moral responsibility to turn that vision into your own reality. Nobody else can. It is in your head. Some people think that, yes, I understand that, but how on earth I'm going to turn a vision into a reality? You see, right there, that question is what's stopping you. When you are asking yourself how, means you are telling your mind you don't believe in yourself. But if you are telling yourself, and this is something I did with myself and I'm doing with myself all the time. I'm applying this on myself. So it's not something I Google it. It's something I'm actually practicing every single day. I'm thinking, wow, blimey, wow, I'm doing this. Doesn't matter how, I'm doing this. And this takes you, this trade, this unfair trade, if you want, trading the how for the wow takes you there. It's not about how you're going to be there. It's about what is available for you once you are there. So all you have to do is to get there. Get yourself there. Don't stop yourself. Don't block yourself. Don't sabotage yourself. Don't blame others, because entitlement is one of the biggest killers in the world. People are thinking, oh, because of that, because of him, because of her, because the government, because of whatever it is. Yes? And actually, it's just you.
Mm-hmm.
You are born alone, you live alone, and you die alone. And the people you attract into your life are the people who are designed to help you deliver your own purpose. You do have a purpose. Nobody is here for no reason. Nobody is here by accident. There is no accident. So turning your vision into your own reality, it is your moral duty. It's nothing else. So there are a lot of people out there, they do a job they hate, they're in a relationship they dread, they do things they're not feeling they have the right to be. And that's your simply, that's your sovereign. That karmic coin needs two sides, your past and your vision, to become the sovereign, to make you feel that your life is worth it. Your life is something that never happened before. Your life is so priceless that you create something that will be your legacy in your lifetime. Living your legacy in your lifetime is a tall order, but it's possible. It's possible and it's happening. And if you look at all the people who are successful, who they've been kicked out from school or whatever happened, yes, they learned a lesson, they developed a system, they created a solution, and they turned that vision, which was only in their head, into a reality for others to benefit from. And there is no excuse. There is absolutely no excuse. I look at myself and I'm thinking, blimey, it's so much around us, and it's so much even more inside me. I so love myself, because the more I love myself, the more I could love what is outside. And the more I feel, oh my God, I have to become better, and I can race against myself, because you can't compete against others. There is no way you could compete with somebody else, even athletes. You know, when they're on the track, they don't compete with others. They only compete against their own limitations. And yes, they have a coach, because the coach would tell them exactly that and remind them, you are stardust. You are going to deliver stardust, no matter what. This is how they win the gold.
Beautiful, beautiful. Here we are. This is how you're going to win your golden opportunities, your golden skills, assets, whatever you want to call it, and then attract more joy, more love, more relationships that will fill you up, and people that will you will love to collaborate with, and you will love to inspire and empower. to bring their own gold dust, stardust, whatever. Beautiful dust.
Yes, we actually have, it is more or less called the Stardust family. So everybody who is interviewed on our shows, and we have, you know, a lot of the radio hosts we have that are coming now from 67 countries, and we are having a big wave of new radio hosts coming from, I don't know, another 31 countries starting next week. So this is the Stardust family. And it is a movement of emotional intelligence, of people who become their passion, people who become who they want to be, people who dare. Because you see, most people say, well, but I have enemies, and they're like vultures. Each time I'm achieving something they wanted from me. What about you fly as high as only eagles dare? What about? Why not? Why would you think of the vultures before you are even up there?
Exactly.
Yeah. And other people are thinking, oh, I have no way of getting from where I am to where I want to be. But this is why. Because you could actually grow your own wings. This is why is nothing. Between yourself and your wildest dream, your madness dream is nothing. For you to have the chance to grow your own wings.
Marina Nani, thank you so much for being on this episode. It was a real pleasure to have you.
Thank you. I feel so blessed knowing you, Chrisoula, and you are the Golden Muse, and the world needs you to teach the teachers, to teach other muses to become golden and win their own gold and share their own stardust.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Beautiful, thank you. So I would like to say thank you to all of you actually who participated on this program, and you are taking something out of it, whatever that is, something that will unlock the gateway to your own prosperity, and saying yes to spread your own stardust, and say yes to bringing more of your own gold out there and share this beautiful gold you've got inside, because every single one of you, you've got it. It is in you and nobody can take it away from you. As long as you embrace it and you nurture it and you love it, then there's only one way out. Just share it. Get out there and enjoy the ride. Lots of love from me, Chrisoula, and from Marina Nani.